I thought as one of the new lawyers here, you could walk me through a recent case.
Sure, no problems at all. It's a good second topic, I think, for our second CG Law Periscope.
Great. The case is Comcare v PVYW.
The High Court case dealing with an employee who sustained injuries whilst during an interval or an interlude during a work activity.
I understand the facts of the case are quite unique.
They are unique, Nigel, they certainly are. It involved a public service employee who was required to travel to a regional or remote area to undertake work. During one evening, as a layover, and whilst staying at a motel paid for by her employer, she injured herself whilst being engaged in sexual activity. She sustained cuts to, as I understand it, to her face and hands after a glass fitting somehow managed to become dislodged.
Okay, so what did she end up claiming?
Well, she claimed compensation for the injuries that she sustained whilst engaged in that particular activity, if you can believe that.
And so it went to the courts, and what did they say?
Well, interestingly, Nigel, the Administrative Appeals Tribunal in the first instance found that it was not a compensable injury, although the individual involved appealed the matter to the full court, a single member of the full court. That particular single member of the full court found that it was a compensable injury, as did the full court of the federal court when it went on appeal to that particular jurisdiction.
Okay, and then it ended up in the High Court. What happened there?
It did end up in the High Court, and they managed to, the High Court one would agreed with, I think, in that they brought some common sense to this scenario, in that the High Court said that for an injury sustained by a worker during an interval or interlude will only be compensable if the activity that caused the injury was encouraged or induced by the employer at the time.
Well, thank you for walking me through that, Dan.
No problems, Nigel. We hope everyone tunes in 9:45 Queensland time next Friday. Thanks.